Hey there guys, and welcome back. So here we are on the desktop. These are the printed pieces. Pretty straightforward. The answer is, now that we have the pieces printed, does and does not work the way we wanted it to, but at the same time, it's one of those things. I actually did design it this way, so let's look at it. So first off, obviously transform this way. Actually, let me get my hands out of the way to begin with. So there's it sitting untransformed, right? That's how we designed it in the CAD. Piece comes up, piece comes over, piece goes down as expected. One thing that I missed is you can see how close and how this is kind of offset here. We're barely on this axle and I'm even pushing it over this way. And that is because I forgot to also account for this little tab that we're using to hold the crossbeam. Next part is that if you look at the arm, and I'll just take the arm off, the arm, when transformed, only does the front and back motion like this. Originally, when we were designing it, I was trying to think of a way to get it to turn sideways like this and rotate like this. At the moment, that doesn't really seem like it's going to happen, especially if we're trying to get this done quick and have to simplify a bit. But just because we're not going to rotate it, even at this, back to ball joints, if we change this end to a ball joint, then in that case we can at least get some movement like this. And furthermore, we can always make an elbow joint. An elbow joint shouldn't be too difficult. And that will give us more, movement inside of the joint. Next thing to talk about is the overall size. I think the overall size is alright. The thickness on this arm, because again, this arm originally was supposed to be oriented like this. And oriented like this, I think, is probably alright. But oriented like this is just way too narrow compared to deep. So we'll probably thin up this arm. And again, probably put a ball joint on the end here. That way, when we're transformed, we get a little bit of play out of the shoulder. It won't be a huge amount, but we can get at least a little bit of play. And then going on from here, we still need to design the legs, the head, both of those transformation sequences, and then basically just spruce everything up. We also I take that back, also need fasteners. So again, this is just kind of floating here at this point in the transform state, right? So the transformation lever is going to need a fastener, and the arm will need a fastener too to keep it in place when we're locked in. And after all that, because I think those are the most important points, is it'd be nice to have a cover on the bottom. So as part of the transformation thing, flip the cover down, bring this up and around, and then flip the cover back up. And those are so far the things we still need to accomplish. I will say one nice thing that I realized, the fact that I turned this into a D shaft right here means that we can actually rotate it and drop it in. So it can rotate sideways onto the D to go into the cups here on either side. And then we can rotate it down to quote unquote lock it. So that is a nice feature that was incidental, but I'll take credit for. So that is the overview of how the turned out, how the test prints turned out, and let's get back to designing, because again, we are in a rush right now. So. Let's see. I'm thinking, so I think I mentioned this last time too. I'm thinking that maybe the body should shorten up a little bit. And the only other thing I'm looking at here is back to this right here. So I know we measured this and it should be all right, but actually let me change that measurement to faces. There we go. So 41, yeah, I think it was at 41 and then we went to 48 is what we went to. 85. Numbers are not good. All right, so 41 and 41 is 82. So in theory, we have 2 millimeters worth of space in here. So the one trick here is that if you look at these wheel wells, I got them hooped, all right? So what I've been doing is I've been moving this inwards, moving the arm inwards. And actually we did that when we animated that yesterday, so you probably remember this. Pulled this way first to clear the wheel well. Well, if I'm pulling this way and we only have, again, 82 to 85, so just 3 millimeters, that's not a lot of room to transform. So it's probably better to fix these wheel wells and just make them straight down. So that's a really quick fix. I think I'll do that first. That is simply going tangent here. And here. And then we can extrude those out. And just right angle works fine. We shouldn't run into any problems with the right angle, so we'll leave it like that. And come back to this cut and just reselect these guys. And double check to make sure we're not cutting any wheels. We're not. And okay. So that should clear up our problem, and now we don't have to slide inwards to unlock. Now locking this leg back in. Actually, let's get this leg redesigned first. That would make sense. And then we'll talk about locking the leg in. Or arm. I'm calling it a leg, but arm. Right. So this unsunk for whatever reason. Actually, I'm not sure why this did that, but we're going to bring this down to 15. That should be fine. Just take a quick look at it. Looks like it's still fine. Don't see anything got screwed up. So that's 0.12. We'll shrink the body down, I guess, a little bit right now, just to get that off our plates. So I guess we'll start here. Start with this and shrink this down to 75. There you go. And then we just need to bring the chunk in a little bit. And up here too. Actually, let me undo that and bring this back like this. Let's see. Where's my pictures of buggies? Beetles. Whoops. Get out of here, Printables. Did I already close that tab? I might have already closed that tab. So let's see. VW bug. I guess I should say VW beetle. VW beetle. Yeah, it's funny because it looks a little bit weird to me, but every single time I come back to these shots of it, these pictures of it, it really is like slanted that much. I guess the thing that breaks it up is the bumper. The bumper extrudes out like this. And that's really what breaks it up so that it doesn't look so ridiculous. I guess the other thing with it is that it also drafts inwards. So let me close this really quick. It also drafts in this direction. So that way and that way. Which again, we're probably not going to bother with. Let's see. So this arm, actually, I'm going to go ahead and at this point, back to we shrunk it up, which means that we actually have more space for this elbow now. So let's go ahead and modify that next. Throw the elbow on there. Oh, one other thing I should mention. This offset. I printed it, this offset here actually, the wheel offset. I printed it and I realized that the one wire tire, back to I had left nothing labeled right. So we had offset the front driver's side wheel because that's the first wheel on our list. But we put the offset at the end of the list, which was after the other wheels were created. So when I grabbed the one wheel, just one random wheel, I got one of the other 3 wheels because again, they all just said body 1, body 1. So it didn't actually have the offset, and I had to sand it out a little bit to get it loose fitting to make sure it spun. But point being is that I fixed that. I moved that offset back here so that now the other wheels mirror with that feature in there. So let us go back to the arm like I was saying. That's what we're doing. And give me a second to turn my lights off. Ugh. Back to the desk lights in my face aren't great. So this arm I'm going to toss in here. I guess we can go midpoint. I don't see any reason why we can't do midpoint. And maybe I'll draw a hinge in here while we're here. Since we're here, let us... Okay, it's only that. So toss another point in here. Midpoint there. And then we can get that there. Tangent there. Yeah, I guess I'll just toss on both sides. Makes sense. Could mirror, but don't see the need to. We'll just make it 45. Oops. Stop it. Come on, let me click. There we go. 45, and then we just need to determine what we want for the sizes here. So, again, we're trying not to use hardware. We're trying to make this all 3D printed. I would like to try. So I have tried this in the past, but I was probably just making it too small. I would like to try a joint without a pin, without using an actual pin. Again, we could set this to like 1.8, let's say, and then use 1.75 filament in here. I've seen that done before. But for the sake of experimentation, let's see, what is a good size? Let's start with 4. Okay, never mind. 4 is going to be... Actually, 4 is probably not too big relative to the arm. Just offset this by 3. We'll see how that looks. So relative to the arm, that is a little big. But we can probably go down to 2 there. Yeah, let's try it. All right, we will try this. And how do I want to draw this? I think I want to do a square here. Not a square, but a parallelogram. Collinear with that. And then the height here is going to be... And actually, it should not be quinky-dink with this guy. It actually should be tangent instead. Tangent, because I need to cut that out is my plan. And this is going to be centered on that. Actually, yeah, that's right. Actually, no. Shouldn't I be able to... What is constricting this? Because I should be able to still go up and down and still be tangent. Did I accidentally hook on... Oh, I did accidentally hook onto something else. That would explain that one. There we go. But, point being is, if this is 4, I think I'll do 3.75 is what I'll start out with. Well, that's 3.2, so I guess 3.25 then. Because that looks more like less correct to me. And this will be a slot to pop into. So let's go ahead and get this modeled up. I'm gonna go ahead and change this to that, change that, and if this is... Actually, I may... Yeah, I'll do the hinge separately. Let's see. Where's my sketches? There's my sketches. Oh, so I gotta come in here. Sketch, sketch. All right. this one on the bottom is where that block is, so all of this gets extruded. All right, turn the cart body off so I don't accidentally extrude that wall. Let's grab all of that. And that and that. And we will go from... Actually, you know what? Let's go from center. I guess that makes sense. So let's grab the center point here. Mid-plane. Okay, and that is the Y mid-plane? Yes, the Y mid-plane. And I did come back in through, in case you did not notice, and drive side Y mid-plane, drive side arm, rather. I did come back through and label everything because we were in a rush last night and I did not have anything labeled. Alright, cool. So, grab these guys again, plus that, from object, mid-plane, and let's do this. This wants to be printed on its side. I'm just thinking about supports. So it's not going to be great with the supports, but actually, you know what? If this gets printed... Nah, it really wants to be printed on its side. I was thinking if we printed it against the bed, but probably not great. Alternatively, we could put this instead against this edge, minus, let's just say for the sake of argument for right now, like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and extrude the lower arm now. Let me move this to upper arm. Driver side, upper arm. Just for the moment, we are going to jump forward to this. So there is, that should be correct, right? Yes. And then from object here. And actually, if we go center to center, is that really that bad? Yeah, maybe we do go center to center. This is a new component. This is the driver lower arm. And then point being is that this can be printed on its side, on this side. And let's see. You know what? I just realized. We want the arm to flex the other way. The arm's flexing the wrong way right now. So, let me just make sure I'm thinking of this correctly because I now have this model to work off of. Right, this comes out this way, comes around this way. And yeah, so the arm is still in the same orientation, which means that we actually want this joint to be... So we can put the joint in the center, I guess. And can we make it bidirectional? Can we make a bidirectional joint? Just because... Actually, alternatively, now that we're thin enough, we might be able to rotate it up further. Okay. So, we're going to have to bail here really quick. Come back to this guy. This is going to be, I guess, here instead. So... let us delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, and now we should be able to drag this down. And you know what? Instead of constantly... Oh, that is... Why is this collinear? What is this collinear to? I only have one line here, don't I? Oh, I do have 2 lines. Yeah, because of the square. Okay, gotcha. And the square ended up parallel to the top side. Okay, cool. I was going to say, because I keep on hitting the midpoint on this top line, and we don't actually want that, I don't think. So, this one actually is the one that's going to have to be tangent. I'm just trying to think what it requires to make this work by putting it towards the back. If we can make it work with this hinge towards the back. The hinge is going to have to go towards the front, it looks like. But I was just looking at see if we could make it work towards the back. I'm not seeing it though, so there she is. And in order to get a pivot out of this, we will need... Alright, we'll assign tangent mainly. Actually, I guess I don't need this one, right? Let's see. This line at this point. Right. I guess I'll toss another one in here. A little inefficient, but if I want this to close up, rotate this around. So then this looks like... Actually, at this point, this can't be mid-pointed then, because the arm has to end before here. So... let's see. Toss this in for reference. Tangent. Collinear. And make this 50. There's that. And then this guy, yeah, delete that. And that. There we go. Drag this out. Collinear here. Drawing the lower arm separately, because this needs to be equal to that guy. So that's the length we have. Then boink and boink and boink to make sure that is all in line. And now we can delete these guys, delete that guy as well. This is our hinge. Gonna suck this guy in to be as minimal as possible in this corner. And I think I'm gonna cut this edge as well. I think we'll make this rounded right here. That way we can rotate up, which should be able to do right now. Unless we're connected somewhere. What is keeping me from going to a angle right here? These are the rectangles. Rectangle, rectangle. Right angle for the rectangle. Ah, that guy right there. That is what's stopping me. Probably. Nope. Let me... Okay, that guy. Alright, cool. That's good. That guy is incorrect. Okay, and then... There we go. Cool. Alright, very good, very good. So the reason I'm doing this is because this hinge is going to want to fold in this way, right? So I'm actually thinking about redrawing this down here after I already made that first change. So collinear there, collinear there, collinear there, and then actually make this equal to that. I want this coinky dink on that, and then I think I want, yeah, all right, so we're sticking up too high there. And this is 10 then. Get this centered here on this wheel. And then we can bring this back out. Actually, what else is... What other movement do I got in these joints? That they're... So it says it's unconstrained. Not entirely sure which part of it, though. So the reason I'm keeping it here like this, it's pivoting on this point because it's pivoting on the axle. I guess this has to go back to 15, honestly. Yeah, but that goes through the roof. The reason this is coinciding with this is because I want to make sure that this arm does not stick out below the body. In which case, what I think I'm going to have to do is take this equal sign off and shrink this arm down some. The forearm down some. Yeah, it may not work. Okay. I was trying to get the arm folded in on itself to keep it more compact, as opposed to wandering off in this direction, but it doesn't look like that's going to work. So I'm gonna hit Control-Z a whole bunch, put it back to where we had it, or actually maybe not where we had it, but maybe here, just because I would like it more differently constrained, rather. There's that. I would like the constraints a bit different here. I'm gonna just redraw this over here instead. At this point, since these are not folding up together, this guy honestly can disappear. And then it's a question of what to do with the arms, which I think we'll go back to having these two equal and having the overall length here be 100. And we'll assume that's all right for now. The last thing I'm thinking about at this point is that, and the reason why I went back this far, is because I could always delete this, keep this arm straight, or not necessarily straight, but we could just rotate this up a little bit, okay? Actually, that should be collinear first. That should still be collinear right here. But we could rotate the arm up just a little bit while keeping it relatively straight. Like if this arm droops down a little bit, again, we're going to have the cover on the bottom. So that's fine. It occurred to me that this arm actually can flop around because the cover will keep it inside the body. Originally, I was talking about pinning the arm up and having something for the arm to hold on to keep it from moving. Only because I wasn't thinking there was going to be a bottom on this. But so long as we commit to having a bottom on the car, then that will keep the arm from dragging on the ground. And likewise, like I was just saying, in theory, this arm could go up and, kind of hang out in here. Point being. But I will, for the moment, make this collinear. And then we just need to figure out the hinge, which we'll be able to go right here, and then it's just a matter of what we cut out, how much we cut out. So get this drawn back in here. Or 2 tangent, and then maybe just straight down, maybe just go right angle. Should probably be okay. Doinks and doinks. Alright, now back to what we were doing before. So this guy, what happened here? Where's this body at? Okay, this body is not doing great. Actually, no. Yes. That. And that. And that. Not that. Not that. I think that's right. I don't think that's right. That's right. That is why that's not right. Because the hinge has to come later, because the hinge is only half the body. So, we'll do this. Do this hinge. Okay, half the body. Distance to object, that. Okay, and then the actually other thing that I wanted to do was, well, let's get this finished off here really quick. This guy. And actually, yeah, that would be it for right now. This is the lower arm, right? Yeah, this is the lower arm. Why do I only have it to that object? I don't know what quite I was thinking when I set that up to midplane. That one's actually a little bit beyond me. Let's see. Yeah. So, let's hop back to... There's that. Upper arm. Let's get this peg in here that I was going to make. From object. There. Distance to object. Here. And... join. Now, the one thing I wanted to do was I did want to flare this out a little bit. Because our plan back to originally I had that square in here because I was going to snap this in. So, this prints on that side. Let me just quick sanity check. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So let me... I think it's probably easier to just back this off by, let's say, 3 millimeters? Minus 3 millimeters? You know what? Maybe. Let's change this to that face instead. So from there... Oh, not that face, though. From there... you're still selecting the midplane. So I don't want the midplane because I'm going to back this face up in a second. There we go. To give myself more room on the joint. That is the point. So let's back this face up a little bit. Back that guy up. Let's start with -3. There we go. So that's the full joint, and then... going to go here. This is the that's the front, right? Yeah. Whoops, that did not happen the way I wanted it to. I was trying to rename. Front side of driver side upper arm. There we go. And then I'm just gonna do a loft here. Was the point where I was going with this. Stop clicking. Alright, turn that sketch off because it keeps on catching aggro. Alright, there we go. And then a little bit of loft action in here. Concentric, turn the body off so Fusion does not aggro the body because it's in an aggro mood. And we'll just do like 1.5. It doesn't have to be huge. Finish sketch. Turn that on. Create this loft, there to there, and join. And then we can come down here to the lower arm, go forward, and grab that sketch again. And this time, oh, that's right. I'm going to want... I guess it makes more sense for the box to be on this side, so we'll go ahead and put that box back in. And on the left-hand side, makes sense. Get rid of that guy. Center point on that point. 3.25. Collinear on that line. and tangent on that circle. Finish. And from that sketch, we want that, and that is it, I'm pretty sure. So from object, distance to object, and turn that body off to make sure we're not doing any silly. That should be cool. Okay. And then we'll do a quick join. Alright, undo that. We gotta come back in here. Or not here. Yeah. And try that again. That. From object there. Distance to object. Driver side. Inside wall there. Okay, join. And now, join that and that. Cut. Keep tools. Okay. And now we just add some offsets in here, and we should be good with that joint. And again, we're going to keep things pretty sloppy here. So let's see, which one do I want to offset? I think I want to offset the upper arm for the inside of here. Wrong push pull. Turn this sketch off. Turn that body off. So offset these by 0.3. Again, keeping things extra. Doesn't like that. How much can I get away with? Cannot get away with it. Okay. Minus 0.3. There we go. So there's that. I guess I'll offset the inside of the other one instead. And then we want clearance in here. Does not like that. Does not like that. Let's try new. Huh. Let's see. What are we gonna do about this? Well, I can at least get these two. Minus 0.3. You know what? Let's go 0.2 instead. So those I can do. I guess we don't really need this wall, but I do need this wall. Unless I do the outside circle on the other one. So it didn't like doing the inside circle over here, so I need minus 0.2. Alright, cool. It's okay with, well, that's ultra thin, but I'll cry about it. Minus 0.2. Yeah, it's really thin, but we're kind of don't have options at this point. I guess I don't need that one. And it doesn't want to do that one. And why'd this default to automatic? Normally it saves that you're doing new offsets. Yeah, still does not like it. Okay. It's fine with that one. I don't really need that one though. Alright. Again, gets a little thin, but mostly we just need a lot of play in that joint so that it's easy to move. And I did do this back wall, right? Yeah, we do have a gap in there. Did I not get... No, I did do the inside of the circle there, it looks like. Yes, I did. Alright, cool. And I'm not too worried about offsets on here because that's supposed to snap in anyway. So, did I do the outside bottom? I did not do the outside bottom, and that's okay. I didn't think I needed to do the outside bottom, so. Although I might need to do the outside bottom. Alright, it does not like the outside bottom there, and I can't come back over here and do, so the outside bottom would interact with these two pieces. I did get this guy, but not this guy. Yeah, it does not want to offset that for whatever reason. All right, so I guess that's where we're at for offsets. No. At this point, we need to get the transformation thing locked in. And we were talking about using so the trick here is if this arm is not locked in, right? If this arm is not locked in, then the arm is not holding the wheel in the correct place, which is what we were looking at before. We were looking at using the arm to lock the wheel in the correct place in the hub. But if that arm is now going to hang out and not be locked in, now we need this thing to actually hold the axle in the correct place. I guess we don't necessarily need that, do we? Okay, this is what we can do. We can change how this is designed. Yeah. Okay. So, let me just really quick take a quick look here. Yeah, I don't think this will be unreasonable from the original car design perspective. So the wheels are flush with the outside. So let me pull this over here really quick. So, if you look at this, it's got this big old rim over here. So I was just lining this up. Again, we're doing a simplified version because we don't have time to do all this. I mean, I don't think we have time. Again, any extra time I have, we will use. But I just brought this flat across here. However, if we add these pieces on the outside, then the axle can actually clip into the body. Okay, and then this can cover that up. This little hood here, these wheel protectors, can cover up the fact that we are attaching the axle to the body of the car. And that solves all our problems. So, let us do that. We will come back here to the hubs. So I guess we got to come in here to the design. We're going to want to project out. Oh no, that's right. Our wheels are not in position yet. So let us see. Come back here. Shell and then that. So we do want to make this difference here. This 2 millimeters is actually going to go away. This, yeah, delete that. Yeah, these can be deleted. These were our flat pieces. And this is 5. This is just generically 5. This is projection of the wheel. So that's how we're doing this right now. That's projection of the wheel. That gets the size of the wheel. We don't actually need this circle at this point. Well, we need a circle, so I'll just remember that that's 5. That's fine. Redo. Come on. My fingers weren't hitting it. So we'll get another circle in here and really quick throw that 5 in here. The 5 is the position, the center point of the axle. We need an axle diameter here. And we can... Yeah, I mean, back to just a snap-in. So either a square or 2 lines will do, but I think I'll just go with the square for ease of use. Midpoint that. And grab that line. And this is axle diameter minus, let's say, 3 for right now. And that should be what we need. So we come here, clear that out. Now let me turn the body off really quick. Escape key. Turn the body off really quick. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Turn the body back on. Make sure that we're cutting all. Try to cut all. Two-sided. Symmetric. Alright, there we go. Good job, Fusion. Alright, so now we got these things to hold the axle. I will go ahead and offset these by just a hair. Actually, yeah, we'll do it just a hair for printing purposes. That, and that. There's just the minus 0.1 for printing purposes. And I want to come back up here because we're about to do all those alignments. Okay, so that alignment did break this time. And I guess I just need to turn the wheel off really quick. You are now centered on that. And that is, let's see, am I happy with that? It's one of those things, we're going to have a little bit of play anyway, so I'm not super concerned. When this transforms, actually, it transforms in an arc, so we probably want to snap in an arc as well. So I should fix that really quick. I'm gonna save this here, come back here, and delete. Let's see, which one is positioning me? Turn the wheels off. There's that, there's that, there's that. What is, I guess it's just a quinky dink? It is just a quinky dink, okay. No, not that. That. Alright, well, we got that so far, so that's that, that's that. Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. So I actually want, let's see, if this is the front of the car, I'm gonna have to guess at this, I think. 60. Unless we design the, yeah, we can design this later. So we can cut that out, hit finish. That's fine. This guy needs to be fixed because of course it does. Grab that guy, okay. Oh, actually, I just realized we have the back wheels here too. That should be equal to that. Finished, which means that we also need to cut that as well. Okay. This offset is not going to work because it's going to break through the floor now. That's what it's complaining about, so I'll just delete it for now. We can turn the wheels back on. That is, yeah, there's no reason why that shouldn't still be centered. So we will fast forward here. Oh, wait, why are you? Oh, no, you're not actually in position. You just don't have an error, unlike the other guy, which is kind of funny, but nope, wrong one. There we go. So you assumed I wanted you on the other side, which was your mistake. That guy. Flip. Okay. Next one. And you got the same problem. Flip. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Here is this. This is... What part of this broke? Okay, that's the part that broke. So you are no longer collinear with this for whatever reason. I guess because we had a hole in here before. I guess that's the reason why. So that makes somewhat sense. That is not in the correct space. Whoops. Escape key, thank you. So what are you on? Oh, you're on the wheel, that's right. At this point, you are actually going to be from the inside of that wall instead. The axle is profile plane is the inside of the arm. To object. No, profile plane is the outside of that body. Okay. We're gonna have to change that to there. Hit okay. Alright, cool. So this is the diagram I needed in order to move forward with this. This is no longer on there correctly, so let us turn the car body off, the wheels off, the arms off, and whatever the heck this thing is. The axles? Okay. So you need to be co-winky-dink on... I think that's the wheel right there, so it should be the wheel. I mean, it's technically the axle, but the wheel is acceptable. So there's that. So my point being, the reason I needed this diagram is that this is my rotation circle. So for this to snap in and out, what are you tangent to? Alright, you are tangent to that, but how did I... There's 3, there's 1. So I just made you the same size on each side, I guess? Okay, I guess that's what I did. Okay. I'm not sure what these, which are projections are which. So that one should be the car body projection. So I'll turn this guy off for the time being. And then I need the projection on the axle. Okay, the axle is broken. Good, good. Let's fix the axle. From object. And this is going to actually be -2 at this point. Okay. Now back to here. Is this my design? This is my design. Alright, cool. So I want the projection of that right there. Okay, so that is the axle right there. So I do need that one. Cool. So we need a slot. This rotates that way. Huh. So if I'm looking at this correctly, basically, if I'm saying this correctly, I've got a little bit of a problem, because this in theory is the path that the axle takes. Or actually, I quick think the wrong one. This is the path that the axle takes when it rotates, which means that it never leaves underneath the car body. So let me look at this really quick in real life. So we're gonna have a clip right here holding the car body. I mean, it looks like it should work to me, but... So here, camera time. Let me turn the lights on. Alright, desk lights are powering on. There we go. So let's look at this on the desktop. So this is what it's looking like to me, right? So in theory, right here is where it's being clipped. And then obviously the axle does leave the bottom of the... It fully clears the bottom of the car at some point. So I'm trying to get it from here to whatever we need to fully clear the bottom of the car. But all of the axle has to clear the bottom of the car. So why is the CAD looking like it doesn't? Is a question. This is our axle. This axle is going to spin on the same exact axis as this. And it should exit the car. Let me do this. This is equal to that one. Huh. This is saying that the arm never exits the car at this point. What changed here? I didn't move the front wheels, I only moved the back wheels, right? No, that's not true. Okay, that's not true. The wheels are symmetrical, which means that the front and the back both moved, and I never moved the front back as well. Okay, so that explains that one. So this arm in the model is not the same length as the arm that I have sitting right here. So just to confirm that theory, let me grab it really quick, take a quick measurement. So this arm out to out, and actually, yeah, I was thinking that this arm I did have at an angle, and I do, as in when I was looking at this earlier, right? I was trying to figure out what this arm, what this circle is connected to, and as far as I could tell, it's just arms. I guess somehow these ended up parallel is what happened, because in real life the one end of this is skinnier than the other end of this, which can't happen if these two are parallel. So I guess these two somehow ended up parallel. I don't really get how that works, but anyway, back to the question at hand. So this is out to out about 60 millimeters, and if we take a quick inspect here, there to there is about 30 millimeters, just rounding up. So yeah, this arm is a lot shorter than the arm that I have over here, because this wheel is actually further back. So I'm gonna pull up on my screen the buggy again. Yeah, the front wheel on the Beetle is a lot closer to this nose, which did not shift back because I forgot to shift it back myself, because I forgot that not just the... let me Control Z that. So I'm going to drag this, and maybe I should also drag the other ones while I'm at it. That, and that. Maybe not that. Let's just start here so that the windshield is. So this more or less is, let's see, comparative. I'm gonna say right about there is where that is. Then we'll correct this. And I feel like the cab is a little, so let's drag this out here. I guess that's about right. All right, so that is corrected now. And nothing should break, I don't think. Maybe a little bit more angle on this windshield, but I don't think I'm gonna nitpick at the moment. Actually, this windshield and then this hood. So the windshield actually should come up a little bit to make the front of the hood a little bit flatter. The hood is a bit too curvy. Yeah, you know what? Let's just fix it right now. There's that. Let's correct this. This should be flatter. Looks alright. Yeah, the hood's not that flat. Maybe drag this back a little bit to give it a little bit more of a curve. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna say good enough. Does the nose look as honking as that in real life? And it kind of does. This maybe should be a little bit rounder. Yeah, let's just hit it right now while I'm thinking about it. So bring this up. Maybe like that. Something like that. And then this guy back here actually kind of bumps up like that as well. Just a little bit. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay, now let's go back to the transform mechanism. And check this guy now. Alright, there we go. Much better. Much better. Okay. So, at that point, I guess I will, well, we don't need this guy, but I will keep the center guy. And then we'll grab this guy and tangent him here. There we go. And the question is, the million-dollar question is, do I just cut this as is? Just take those cuts, turn that solid, or do I make it a straight line? I think we just actually take those cuts. Now, the only question is, let's delete that constraint. This end, if this is the axle, we decided that's the axle, which means that this actually should be a bit wider out than the axle. This is my hole right here, so this is, no, I do need this to cut those slots, but we need a little bit of meat here around the axle, right? I'm gonna just do 2 because I don't want to go too far out. We're getting awfully close to the finish. I'm going to really quick come back here to the car body and not that one. Turn back off. This guy. Let's get that cut. Okay, turn the body off then if you're gonna get in my way. Huh. So this is my hole right here. This is my axle. Somehow. Somehow this is my axle and that's my hole. These actually should be the same. I just realized these are supposed to be the same diameter. So why is my axle bigger than the hole it's in? That doesn't make terribly much sense. Axle diameter. Axles. Why did I make it like that? That doesn't make any sense. That should just be axle diameter. Oh, no. Okay, that is the... I know what that is. That is the front disc. This right here is... Okay, what happened here is I opened up the wheel. So that is from opening up the wheel. So I took this projection after the wheel got its offset to make sure it ran on the... on the axle. So this needs to just be hard-coded right now. Axle diameter. And this should be off of that. Axle diameter. Or not axle diameter, 2. 2. Alright, there we go. Now, this needs to be specifically that guy. Let me turn the body off to make sure I'm not grabbing anything weird. There we go. So that profile. And that should be right now. Okay, so if we come back over here and check this. Let's see, axle, make sure the sketch is off. It is off. So that's 2 is there. This right here is what? It's not this guy, right? Project. Because that wouldn't make... Yeah, it's definitely not this guy. So what is this projection at this point? I'm gonna delete that projection. Because... There we go. Actually, you know what? I really shouldn't have that projection to begin with. So let's project that right there. Okay, I was just curious. Okay. Somehow it's reconnected. I don't know how. I'll cry about it later. 2. There we go. And we are not reconstrained because that needs to tangent there and that needs to tangent there. Okay. Finish. Actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. I just realized. These can't be tangent here because these are my grooves to take it out. So let me make sure this is concentric instead. Concentric on that. Control Z, turn the axle off. There we go. Now concentric. Oh, I see why. That's my center point of the sketch. I wish they didn't have... I mean, yeah. It's rough. They really shouldn't have center points of the sketches. Because that's an arbitrary, like a perfectly arbitrary point. You know, Fusion just randomly decides sometimes where the center point of the sketch is. I can't actually figure out why it does it sometimes because it's not origin most of the time. And it's not center of face a lot of the times. So I don't know why they choose certain points for center of sketches. But frankly, the center point of the sketch should not exist. You should use other things like, for example, the workspace origin as a center point if you need a center point to constrain your sketch. Having actual sketch center points, I do not understand the logic of. But that is my complaint for the moment, because I always have something to complain about with Fusion. And this is, we said, I did change you guys back. Yeah, okay, I did change you guys back to Fusion. For a second there, I was scared I didn't change you guys off the camera. Let's see, this is axle -2 is what I said. I think that's correct. 1 millimeter on each side for the slot was the point. So that and that instead. Finish. And coming back to the car body. Turn you on. Grab that sketch again. Turn the body off for just a second so I can grab my profiles, which is that. Yeah, that should be fine. And then distance all symmetric. Distance all. And now the axles snap up into this hole here. And then rotate out to transform, and we should be good. The next thing we gotta do is, well, let's slowly step through to see if anything else breaks, I guess. Turn everything back on, because we have made quite a few changes. Step, 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 step. That looks like that broke. Yep, that looks like that broke. So, come back down here to... that is probably correct where that rod is right now, but the bottom part of the rod is most definitely not correct. So, transform arm. Let's grab this sketch. Alright, there we go, and that is the problem. So, I'll turn that off right now. That guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. This is a projection. This is probably the correct projection I'm imagining, so I don't think that projection ended up incorrect. And 2 is fine for the time being, unless we want to thicken it up, but I believe I used 2 last time, so that should be fine. And then that right there. And then we'll hop back up because that offset is actually at the very end. And actually, it looks like we are on to the joints right now. So, at this point, just an idea or just a thought, just something to consider. This rod that we put in here, we no longer have to slide left and... Oh no, I guess we are still sliding left and right. I take it back. All right, never mind. Don't listen to me. So the ball joint was the next thing I was going to consider working on. The only thing I hesitate on is basically the arm. Okay. What I'm looking at is where this is right now, right? This side, this end is extra loose, right? I'm just looking at the wheel here. So the axle's clipped into here, but this is only 3 millimeters worth of meat clipping the axle. So I'm concerned about the wheel twerking inwards or outwards. So I kind of want to thicken this up is my first thought. My second thought is that if we can do something with this and leave this without the ball joint, if we do swap this to a ball joint, then obviously that's doing even less to hold this axle in place. If this could somehow be locked in place, this arm, that would supply a second point to hold the axle straight, is the concept here. We may be overcomplicating things right now, so maybe we leave that as is for the time being and come back for the ball joint at a later date. Because we have not done anything new with the design. We haven't started on the head or the legs yet. So it may be best. What were you previously? Actually, you were the slider, it looks like. So, oh no, you are not the slider. You are the rotation down here between what? So the slider still has to happen. This, I'm guessing that it's one of, okay. So let's turn the axle off. I'm guessing it was this guy. Okay. I believe it was that guy. Because all the other pivots are in place. And that last one is... okay, the rod. So that should be fine. I should also, at this point, come up here to arms. Okay, all that arm stuff happens much later, so... there's that stuff. And this is the arm stuff. Okay, so we're kind of good. What are you? You are the arm offset, which it looks like you already have a hole in you, so I don't think I need an arm offset. So let's just delete that. And this is the transformation lever offset, which looks to be, so I've got a nice gap up there. So I guess that was just on the axle. Oh, okay, so it's still active for that one, but not the actual one. Gotcha. So that is, it's just missing this second one right here. Okay. Alright, so there's all that. And I'm gonna... shouldn't break anything by dragging these to the end. Question mark. I didn't want to drag multiple, that's why I'm doing it. Uh-huh. So why do you break? Because you're the arm and I modified the arm? I guess that's why. So I just want to get these to the end so that I can add this guy in, that guy, and that guy. And I mean, other one really works, right? Car body. I guess, where's the arm? Turn one of these off, and then we'll use revolve the other one. Okay. And then we need to re-add in this one as built. That and that. And turn the axle off. Around there. Okay. And that has us all caught up rather. So let's just slide back before the joints to keep the design simple and move on to something new. Let's see. So I'm thinking of leaving the base here and popping the trunk. So I'm thinking about putting a hinge in the back in the trunk and having that open up to let the legs out. It does have to rotate up. Looking at a picture of a buggy because the hinge then has to be on the other side. Can I find a picture of the back hood open is the question. Rear hood. Alright, Alright, so I'm seeing pictures of rear hood, but I'm not seeing them open. Let's see. Huh. So this one actually has it at a really weird angle. Yeah, that's the front. I want the rear though. Lots of pictures, or at least more pictures of the front hood open, because the front hood is the storage in the Beetle. It's a rear drive, or the engine's in the back, I guess I should say. The engine's in the back on the Beetle. There we go. That's much better pictures. That is not a much better picture. This is... I'm trying to figure out how it opens up. Back to... Yeah, so it actually does look like it does something a little weird. The hinge... So back to... It's a J hinge. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's really narrow is the big problem, so... I guess we don't have to make it that narrow, honestly. Our design doesn't have to follow it exactly. Alright, let's try to model it up really quick. So, car body. And because the legs are generally, you know, more or less right in line here, we're gonna have to take it all the way down here. Normally the hood is more right there, but I think we're going to just make it yay big. Whoa, don't do that. Yay big. Okay. And live with the consequences. I guess, no, we could make it so that it's below at least the front windshield. The reason I clicked on this side is because I just want to look at this really quick, because the hinges are J hinges, like I said. So let's see. It's going to be like this, and then it rotates up like this. Yeah, I guess that's not too bad to model. Okay. Let's see. Do I start modeling on this angle though? I guess I can. Let's see. Maybe instead of using a spline, I'll just stick with lines. Project. Let me project the inside. Okay. Turn everything off. Bodies, there we go. Turn that off. And we will grab, a horizontal line here. So that's our top of our hood. And we are inside the hood, so we don't have to worry about leaving space. Let's go here. Actually, no, that would not be there, would it? It would be because this... Let me toss this in here. Because the J is going to want to be... Let's see. I guess this isn't really the rotation point. The rotation point is more here. Tangent there. And then this rotates up and around. Huh. I might be overthinking this. Maybe my biggest problem. That needs to go there. This needs to come, well, no, because I'm about to do, the reason I did that is because I was going to do this. Not that. Don't do that, Fusion. Don't be silly. That. And that is what I was about to do. Let me project out the back wall as well. Project out that so I can see it. So that hooks in there. This is probably going to have to be cut. So we will, let's see if this hinge is, let's go equals, oh, I don't have a line here. So that is equal to that. This hinge needs to rotate on something. Boo, boo, boo. So that will rotate out that way. I'm trying to think one of these deals where maybe delete, or maybe that, because I'm gonna want it round anyway. I'm just thinking, do this, do that. Another thing I'm thinking is, do we cut this back wall like this? And then, yeah, this doesn't really need to be tangent here, does it? This could be back a bit, which would make sense. We could do the same deal here with the as the front side. Set up the same side to keep a consistent design philosophy, right? So we can throw a shaft through here. 4mm D shaft. Two. Delete that. Delete. Drag that back down. There we go. Fusion, of course, will be unhelpful. Let me just do, I guess, this really... Okay, not that. Alright, Fusion. You're a dork. There. Do this parallel to that. That down here. Let's just call this 3. So hopefully it stops doing that. Was this other one? What was this other one? 2.6. That doesn't make any sense. Why is that 2.6? I'm guessing that something went funny with that. And let's come back to that. That's this guy. 3, 2.5. Do we have a 2.5 diameter shaft? Come over here. Sliding rod. Oh, that was a radius. Okay. That was a 2.5 radius. Gotcha. So this would actually be 5 in that case. If we're keeping consistent with there. 4. Drag this up. I'm thinking maybe get rid of this guy. What don't you like? Maybe that? Yeah, there we go. And then tossing this in here and saying this is 4. That tangent there. That did not work. Okay, Fusion. Okay, you're a genius. I love how genius you are. Huh. Why? All right. Oh. Maybe because of that. I guess because of that. The fact matters that that line no longer has to be here anyway. That on that. That on that. That tangent. There we go. That tangent. There we go. All right. So this, maybe just give ourselves a 1 millimeter breathing room, like we said before, and then tangent that there. And there. And let's see. What are you parallel to? Where's your buddy? Who's your parallel buddy? Okay, that line. I was thinking, the reason I was checking is because I was thinking of doing this at an angle right here. 60. 70. Whoops. Let's delete this constraint right here and that constraint right there. 70. There we go. Just trying to bring it up a little bit tighter is all I was really trying to do here. Which means that these angles are going to be a bit more wonky, right? Yeah, so the only question is how exactly. So if we cut this. Okay, so we can't cut it this way because when the door swings, it's going to get caught. So we can cut it. Actually, we got to cut it as an oblique angle, don't we? So if we drop this back here. swing out this way. I don't know. It's a weird hinge I'm making here. Like, the closer I get in here, right, the more it just goes straight out. Right here. This goes down to there. That goes up like this. You know what? We are just going to make stuff up and say that it works. I think this is the more important angle, I believe, for literally no reason. It's one of those things. Technically, the ones that I saw on the pictures were just straight up L's, J's, whatever I called them. They were just 90 degrees. The real problem, the reason I'm getting oblique weird angles here, is because I got this so close, right? So I could have solved half my problems just by deleting this tangent right here and coming back this way, 90. And then when this swings, if I do 90 here, when this swings, funny thing is now it's not looking to me like it's gonna clear, which I thought it was going to, but it should clear like that, right? I guess it should clear like that. Maybe 60, 30. Okay, so looking at the picture, I went back to look at the picture instead of doing this just randomly in my head. And it bolts collinearly to this hood right here. So it actually, this part right here is actually collinear. So how the heck did that work? Huh. I actually don't know how that works, because what that suggests is let's delete all this for half a second. Deleted. So it's bolted. Not what I wanted. So here's this. And like that. But it is somehow not parallel to this. So let's delete that. Draw this up. So at this point, it is right angle right there, so that's collinear. Like this. This is how the joint is right now when the foot is open. So the only way that works, right, is if this joint is not fixed position. Yeah, okay, and I'm looking at another picture here where it kind of shows that. So actually, in this other picture, let's say this is my opening line right here. The hood, all this, is actually down here. Which means that when this rotates down, I don't know if I'm going to be able to spin this because of the constraints here. But when it rotates down, it actually comes back up. Let's see. It can't just rotate on a single hinge then, right? It's gotta be two parts. It's gotta swing up and in at the same time. If it's a U, does that work? So if this is actually, instead of this, does this explain it? Then this swings this way, right? This all swings back this way, and this part goes up like this, dragging this part up like this. That could explain it, but I am spending entirely too much time on just these stupid hinges. Part of me, it's one of these things, part of me wants to actually figure this out, but Beetle. Oh, come on, don't freeze up on me. That's not cool. Part of me really wants to exit, figure this out. However, I really should get this done, like now. Would hinge. Let's see. I just looked up pictures of hinges for the heck of it. See if I can figure it out. Yeah, it definitely looks more like a... So I called it a J originally, and honestly, that was not the incorrect term for it. It definitely looks more like a U or a J. If I'm being shown the correct things. Meh. Alright, we are going to just get this done. Let's just get this done. So I'm going to come back here to this design. Let's see, is that going to clear? Yeah, I think we'll stick with this right here. So let's just throw some numbers in here to keep it in place. 7. Okay, that's already there. I guess this can be adjusted. Yeah, I guess that can be adjusted. So let's go collinear here. There. And then what is this? Okay, so this is just this. So I guess we decide. You know what? I am. Yeah, okay. We'll just do this. There we go. Again, get it done and move on. Because we have spent way too much time just on this one hinge. So. Ay. Okay. Let us do this. Body. Symmetric. Body. I think I'm alright going the whole length. So. Am I alright going the whole length? Yeah, I think I am for right now. Actually, two-sided, two object, new component, okay, and we can just combine, keep it simple, cut. All right, cool. And then we can go ahead and make those hinges. And this is the trunk. Create the bar for those hinges. Two-sided, two object, new component, trunk hinge shaft, and that and that. From object, that offset by 5, and we'll make them like 6, and we can join, turn that off, and that should automatically allocate to the trunk. Light blue? Nope, not light blue. So let's redo that. Come into the trunk first. Turn the shaft off. Get it out of our way. Turn the body off. Sorry to adjust my microphone. I'm starting to go cross-eyed from looking around it. From object, 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters. Turn the trunk back on. Join. Mirror. Features. That guy. Origin. That's the X plane. XZ plane. Nope, not the XZ plane. Okay. Did not work, of course. Okay. And then offsets. Okay. Create those shaft holders. Project trunk. Trunk hinge shaft. Turn that sketch off. Look at, turn off. And just trying to figure out whether or not I need anything else in here. I don't think I do. There's that, there's that. Toss these guys in here. Center line. And 45. Funny thing is that the other one was a lot steeper, right? How did I do the other one? Let's go take a look. I thought I had this one right, but loft design. Oh, this literally does not have. So this lost its constraints, huh? 45. Huh. Let's do this. Save. Save. Wait for it to save. Version 5. Version 5. Go back over here. Miscellaneous. Do 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 do. Or open, close, find that hinge support, which I'm guessing it. Why didn't you close? Front rod, arm creation, loft design. Oh, that's really, that was unconstrained in this one too? That is surprising. Huh. I could have swore I constrained that. Huh. I didn't, this version 4 is only, as far as I'm aware, me renaming stuff, so we can go back further. So this is the first save that we did, because the first one was just me prepping for stream. So this is the one that where we're at with the I never did constrain that. I just kind of drew it and went, okay, that looks good. Fascinating. Huh. Okay, so 60, no, not 60. 30. There we go. I wanted a about 60 on this side is what I was looking for, to make sure this doesn't have a problem. And then let's come back here and change that, please. Can I edit this? Fusion, are you trolling? Are you trolling Fusion? I guess Fusion is trolling. Okay. $60. Whoops, nope, 30. There we go. Finish. See, lets me edit now. Oh. Okay, well. Body. From object. I want to say we did like 3, maybe. And oops, why did that not join? Body. From object, 3. Join? Why are you being funky? Okay, it looks like it's part of it, so. Oh, that's right. I had to do a separate loft because we have to take it from that actual plane. I was trying to figure out why I didn't do that before in the first one. That makes sense. Actually, don't need that guy. Just need that guy. That guy, that guy, that guy. Okay. Finish. Turn that off. Turn that off. That guy, that guy. Body. That guy. Join. Okay. Offset. Printing offsets. 0.1. Actually, I don't really need this guy because, again, D shaft. And the fact of the matter is that these D shafts should be identical because our car is the same shape in the front and the back. Yeah, this, and this. And if I recall correctly, last time we did this, it did something pretty silly. Okay, looks like we dodged that one today. And this D shaft, for the first D shaft, did we use 2 sketches or did we, actually, yeah, we shouldn't need 2 sketches because I should be able to, where is the actual sketch for creating the D shaft? There's that, so that would have been right here. Okay, so we can just, only question is, how high is this? I think it was just 1. We'll come back over and check. Rod. Down here. Sliding rod, sketches. Yep, just one. So that should be correct. So finish. Finish. And that's the trunk. That is the trunk hinge. Where's the shaft at? That guy? There we go. Edit, please. There we go. Okay. And yeah, this did this again. You are concentric to that. And 2 millimeters there. And that is good. This guy, what is your problem now? Oh, that is why. Let's go back. Tangent. Finish. Fix this. Okay. That loft is fine. This loft is not fine. This loft is not fine. Project that guy. Okay. Delete that. Don't need it. Fix this loft. Actually, this loft looks correct now. Turn the body back on. Yeah, it looks correct. Missing faces. There you go. Minus 0.1 as previously discussed. All right. There we go. Now. No. Let us really quick set up. Actually, let's do some offsets on the trunk right quick. Turn this body off, wherever that body is, because I'm blind. There it is. Actually, really quick, turn that sketch off. All right, offsets. Ooh. That is not an offset. That, just, well, back to being a bit loose, I guess 0.3s. 0.2s. I don't think I need 0.3s over here. 0.3s were only for the hinges to make sure they rotate really decently. This is just fitting to make sure that the trunk doesn't get stuck and opens easily. And now what I want to do is set up these joints to make sure that we get clearance. And this works the way I think it does. So that on that is a rotation joint. I'm just gonna use the rod. There's no reason I can't use the rod. As built joint. That on that. And let's just use the rod again. Okay. And let's turn the first joint off there. And okay, yeah, that does get stuck. Which makes sense, I'll admit. Okay. It's fine, it's fine. This guy. Turn the body off. Let us do this. Delete that. Delete that. Ba, 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 ba. I don't think this is gonna help, but just for my sanity. 60. 60. Actually, that's entirely unnecessary there. The backside doesn't necessarily matter. Finish. Huh, that's funny. It actually broke. I am a bit surprised that broke. Why did that break? It shouldn't break, right? Fascinating. Finish. Why would that break? That is that. That is that. That is... Why did you not include that guy? So again, I don't think this actually fixes it, but yeah, does not fix it. So back to the U shape. Because I don't want to put the hinge right here. The easiest thing in the world is just to put the hinge right on the outside here. Like we did over here, right? With the arms. There we go. So again, putting a hinge right there, all that clearance. Could do the same thing there, but does not work. So. Bodies. Let's delete that. Let's grab this and try this out really quick. Gonna delete that and delete that. There, we already have that there. That parallel. Just for argument's sake. Yeah, that would break. That one makes sense. That one makes sense to me. There we go. And yeah, it doesn't change anything. Which makes sense to me again. But oops. Where is the sketch? Why am I so lost? Instead of this, though, is the only thing I'm thinking. And we might also need to change the back ones. See what happens. Shrink you up. Just call it that. See what happens. Okay, if we go up like this, let's delete these really quick. Stop snapping. I want to go. Oh wait, why are you still 120? I thought I deleted you. I want to invert these because this is again how it was in the picture I saw. It was like this. Not really sure how this changes it, but does not look right, but let's just see really quick. No, that's definitely not working. Huh. Let's delete this. Drag this down like this. Oh, that thing's causing problems. It is weird because, again, it should be like this is how it should be. So that, and then that, but that doesn't make any sense. Huh, this is killing me. Well, no, I need to connect there, so not that guy. Of course, Fusion is not going to let me do anything. There we go. Huh. Eureka? I mean, it's obviously a little off, but let's drag this. This wants to be down. Is it better further out or in? Is a question. And that's kind of hilarious that it forgot that one. So this is not, as I stated before, the hood actually somehow ended up down before. It ended up below this parting line after rotating, but frankly, if I can make this work, I'll take it. What if we come down here like this? And it's one of these funny things where obviously I could just take this straight apart and it looks like it should work, but okay, that is worse. So it has to be... What is it with you and not wanting to move, Fusion? Alright, you know what? We're going to make this 5, 2, and for some reason this is being wonky. Why are you so... Oh, that is why. Okay, never mind. That is not why. That is why? It's fascinating that even though I have the same exact profiles, like the profiles themselves have not changed, but Fusion keeps on losing the profiles. They're still the same profiles created by the same bounding boxes. Really interesting. Just barely off. Slide this down. Finish. Yeah, see? Like all I did was slide that down and it's suddenly like, oh no, I have no idea what bounding boxes you're talking about, or what profiles you're talking about. Okay, so that doesn't appear to make a difference. So if that doesn't make a difference, then moving this up makes more of a difference. We'll fix the arm later. Kinda does. So back here more. Okay, to be fair, it occurs to me that maybe because I keep on hitting Control Z, it keeps on losing the faces, goes back to losing the profiles. That would be fair. Okay, that doesn't appear to have made much of a difference at all. Although it does give me more swing, it looks like, which makes sense. So what do I need to do to clear this last little bit of lip here that I'm catching? Alright, so we're going to come back into here so that hopefully it keeps the profiles. Let's do that. See how that changes it, if at all. Does not appear to have changed it. That. The back side shouldn't really matter, I don't believe. Which is why I'm only changing the front side. Huh. What am I missing here? It's a little funny that nothing seems to make a difference. It seems to be doing about the same amount every single time. Alright, maybe that is a bit more interference. Yeah, okay. Why can't I make this angle more oblique? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Or not oblique, acute. Acute. No, definitely doesn't seem to have helped. Huh, alright, well, it has been about an hour of playing with these hinges, I'm pretty sure. So, honestly, I am just mentally wiped at this point. This has been extremely frustrating. I'm looking at these hinges again, and I just plain am not getting it. I wish I could see an actual picture of the hinge. Unfortunately, that does not plain exist on the internet. Yeah, alright, so here's a guy. I found a picture of a guy bolting the this edge of the hinge on, and that's the closest I've got. I almost feel, honestly, what I almost think I'm missing here. Nah, never mind. There's a model. shoot. Okay. I don't get it, man. Alright, so found this model. Right? Like, it's just a L, it looks like, if that's the rotation point right there. So why is it not working on mine? Huh. I am flabbergasted. This is... I mean, it's more or less right here is what it looks like. Just on the inside of the wall. And then, let's delete this. Coming off the wall, it's at about a 60-degree angle. And it's honestly looks like it's... The weirdest thing is that in this picture, it almost looks like it's up against the top, like... So even though this is right here on this line, I guess maybe it's not quite on that line, it just looks like it. So let's do this. And the problem is, the reason I'm having some trouble with this is that actually this model doesn't even have it lined up the same exact way as the other ones now that I'm looking at it. But it's one of those things, so long as I can get it to work. So this looks like this is more or less a 30 right here. Did Fusion double line me? It did. Looks like it's more or less at 30 right here. Or maybe a 45 even. 45. And then a 90 to here. But a 90 to here. Yeah, I guess that works. Okay. I'm gonna grab this. Grab this. Gonna make these parallel, but the other one I'm not so sure about. The other one could be a little fatter like this. Actually, yeah. Hold on. Let's bring this picture back. So this isn't the same thing. This is a beetle, but this is not the same hinge. And the reason I can tell you that is because compare this to that right there. You see how the top edge is below the opening? Or right there, even better. You see how that pivots down like that, which is the thing that's throwing me off the most, is that it pivots down. Oh wait, am I under a misunderstanding here? Ah, I wonder if that's what it is. 5 hours later. It's nice that I came along the models, because the models make it easier. This might actually be a hinge right here. That might actually be solid. That may not move, and only it hinges on the bottom, which would explain a lot. Okay. Okay. Let's do that then. Alright, you know what? We're just going to delete piecemeal here. Okay. So, and actually, let me pull that back up really quick. Trying to get another look, another angle at it. So that comes straight down. And then straight out. Maybe not straight out. Maybe it's at a little bit of an angle. Yeah, I think it is at a little bit of an angle. Yeah, that is definitely a hinge on the inside there. Yeah. Those are hinged there. That's interesting, though. How does that stay up? Right? Doesn't this one flop down? What is keeping it up? Oh, that's funny. That is keeping it up. That is keeping it up. Yeah, that's not the same hinge. That's funny because that's, yeah, I mean, so you can see the hinges on the inside here, but it's got something else going on in there too. Huh. That's not one. That one. So that one's one that goes up. So again, that is, what is this? What is this? Okay, so this isn't a beetle. I don't think that's a beetle to begin with. Whoops, did I kill the page that I... Oh no, that's this page. Cool. Yeah, it's hilarious, right? I wonder if the only thing that ever kept these things up was a stick, a rod, prop rod. Yeah, that may have been the only thing that ever kept these open. That's hilarious. Okay. I am in a slightly better mood now. Let's see. So here. This needs to be tangent there. This 2. This 5, because that's what we've been using. And then from way downfield, and actually, let's take a quick look at some of these again. We gotta go back a bit further to get the good pictures. Might have blown past the good pictures. I'm curious about... Okay, so that's undercut. The lip. It looks like it's undercut. So this would actually want to be the other direction. Like this. 30. And then that's going to drop straight down. And then I just need to clear that then. So whatever this right here is, because that's where that edge is going to rotate around. Actually, we're rotating around this hinge like this. Is that still right? That might be still right. In that case, if I pull this up, we can make that smaller. So this, how far? I guess maybe do this just to set the distance. 3. And that should give me the distance between, actually 3 would be from the outside of this hinge to that, right? So just to line that up so you can see it. So that's 3 there, which means that this is slightly less than 3 right here when this pivots over. probably all right. So this did look like it was slightly at an angle, but then straight up afterwards. So we'll make that perpendicular. And I'm assuming it's at an angle to try to bias, or to try to let the trunk lean back a little bit. Again, there's too much weight at the bottom of the trunk for it to actually lean, you know, keep itself propped open, I'm pretty sure. But we're gonna get through this. There's that. I'm gonna go parallel to that, I think. And then, oh, Fusion, don't do that. Perpendicular to there, and then, let's see, that there. So actually I need to pull this, both of these out. This needs to be here. That needs to be on that line, and then maybe we don't go parallel here. Let's make this 3, and then we'll let this tighten up here. And actually, let me toss another ring in here as a spacer ring. I know I normally do 1, but we're gonna go 0.5 instead, and we'll drop that on this instead. And then we can set this right here. 70, 80, 75. Okay, 75 looks right to me. So there's that. And then just a matter of how close we want to get here, which I think I will go ahead and do this again. No, that's not right. Okay, let's drop you, collinear, parallel, it's going to say, but, and just use you as our 3mm. Hey, you're supposed to be parallel. Well, collinear while I'm at it. If you got rid of the parallel, there we go. Okay. 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 Yeah. That and that. Join. Yeah, this is now concentric on that. What are you stuck on? Okay, well, please just acquaint yourself over here. This actually, yeah, this actually no longer happens. So let's just back up and get rid of it. We're gonna get rid of a lot of this stuff. That can stay. These all go. That, yeah, that's that. That, what is this mirror? You are the shaft, right? Yes, you're the shaft. I'm gonna hold on to that for a second. This should be the hinge right here, which I thought I fixed, but evidently I didn't. Okay. There's that. Oh, actually, shoot. That's right. This has to be separate. This has to be separate. So we got to redesign that really quick. So let's fix that. This is not tangent. This is back. This is not 3. There we go. There's that. And then we toss this here. Yeah, I guess I guess just perpendicular. Please. Thank you. And tangent. And tangent. And then it has to be just a hair out to make sure we're not scraping. Give ourselves a millimeter. I mean, honestly, I kind of want to go 0.25 millimeters instead. Okay. Now what are we missing? So this is both the inside and outside hinge right here. What is unconstrained? Okay, that is what's unconstrained. So this is going to rotate over. And this honestly can come in. How do I bring this in? Control Z. Okay, so the only way to bring that in is with the lines that I have right now. Is that... Let's delete these lines. This can go further down here. That needs to go here. Okay, so let's put that line back in. That is rotating around this point now. So we're going to toss that in, that 0.5 that I had. And that 0.5 is going to go through this point right here. So that should, in theory, rotate and sit right there. Right there. And then I can tighten this up to whatever we want. In theory, right? There should be a limit. Yeah, so that's not gonna... So it's got to be this right here. I think this vertical distance right here has to be 3. I think, to match the thickness of this. And it might actually need to be more because we actually have, it's going to be up on an angle. So let's go 3.5 because this door is going to rotate up on an angle like this. And then we need between this hinge and there. So this hinge is going to be over here. All right, we're going to start there and see what happens. Again, we're like 5 hours into designing these hinges. So this one is the shaft. This one is the one that connects to the door. So that is that right there. So that's that hinge right there. This shaft no longer exists. Well, this shaft does exist. So let's come back over here. This shaft, the problem with this shaft now is that it actually doesn't go between the car, it goes... Yeah, so we can't... Let's see. This the distance between these two hinges is going to have to be small enough that we can get the shaft into it. Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We can snap it in both sides. Yeah, we can do that. So we can put a snap-in point, let's say right here. Right here, I guess. Just go perpendicular to that. So that centered on that. Actually, you know what? Let us just do the D shaft for right now. We'll design the hinge separately. One. Thank you. Okay, there's that. Let's get this D shaft recreated. And I do want to keep this actually smaller now that it's going to the... Now that it's not going to the full car length. Then in that case, let's make this... Actually, that's funny. Oh, okay, that's not overall. Okay. I was gonna say, that seems kind of small. Let's call it 30 for the moment. Okay, so 30 for the moment, and then this guy can be... Doesn't matter whether it's on the inside or the outside. I don't think it does. So we're gonna put it on the inside for sake of the argument. Where's the other one? We don't have another one right now. Okay. So if we're going to put it on the inside for the sake of the argument, then in that case, we want to come here, get this guy set up, and we can do that from object. There. Let's make them just 3. And join, and turn the body on, turn the chunk off, and okay. We'll come back in and put the slot in separately. Yeah, okay. So mirror that, select the origin. Okay. And it didn't work. And then step forward and redo this guy at from object. There. No offset. And actually, we don't need any... We can make the center space kind of tight. So let's change this guy back to being... or not back to, but change this guy to 5 to match the other guy. Really quick, I want to throw a color in here. Plastic. That was not plastic. Let's see. We used pink, orange, purple, blue, brown, beige. Alright, I guess we're on to neon green. That mirrors. Alright. Now. Let's really quick. So this should be these guys. Minus 0.3. That is the rest of the trunk. And we are in the car body right now, so I can come ahead and do the same thing for these guys. Minus 0.3. Okay. We will have to add stoppers on the ends of the rod, which is fine because again we're going to put snap-ins. But before we do that, I want to we only need one of these at this point, so I'm going to delete that one and then we'll fix this one. And let us make this one between shaft. Oh, why can I not select? Alright, we're going to delete that one too then. As built. And actually should do the trunk instead as the first object. And again, we'll just grab the shaft. Okay. And if this doesn't work, I'll cry. Section analysis. Section analysis. That is not a section analysis that I want. Can I please have that guy? Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah. And that's in minus 70, which is the minus 70% that we, or is it minus 70 degrees that we're talking about for this angle. Alright. Alright. It only took 3 hours, but we finally have a trunk. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am upset. Alright. Oh gosh. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, let's at least get the snap-ins and the ends on this thing. I really wanted to have some other part actually completed today, but alright, there's no way this doesn't work, right? I'm trying to figure out whether or not I need to... Sorry, I am holding up just because I'm imagining the legs, and I do think the legs just go on a sled. Actually, the legs, the knees. So if we're looking at this like this, right? This orientation, the legs are going to come straight down. But they also need to be able to, we would like them to be able to step forwards, right? Which means that this cover right here, I guess we'll need to have a hinge on the cover. Which means that we may put a snap connector between the trunk, the bottom of the trunk, and the hinge. That way when we open up the trunk, that releases the hinge on the bottom. So the bottom is now just free and floating. It won't be stuck in any particular position, but that will let that thing open up so that the legs, when they drop down, can move forwards, and it just kind of pushes up against the flap and kicks it out of the way. Alternatively, we drop the legs down. So drop the legs this way, right? And this is all rigid right here, you know, right up to this point right here. So this is all rigid, and then we have a joint right here for the top of the leg, and then a knee joint down here. And then the top of the leg joint will be able to swing forwards, in theory, past this angle. So I mean, I guess we bring it back a little bit past the angle, and that would be the alternative. Tomorrow is Thursday, the day after is Friday, and then we need to have this done by Saturday. It's tight. It is tight, man. Thursdays I have dinner with family dinner. I mean, that just means that I don't get to start till 8, but if we put another 3 hours into this on Thursday, and then however many hours it takes on Friday, just dedicate all day Friday, or all night Friday to it, rather. So long as I design with enough leeway and enough confidence in my CAD, then hopefully we can limit the amount of mistake prints, because mistake prints are going to be the thing that kills us on this, right? Right now, these guys right here, we're printing. Our plan was to print face down. These guys right here are now officially floating. Okay, so. Yeah, they just plain do not print well. Can we print these separately? Can we cut these out and print them on their side, which would be the ideal printing direction for them, is on their side. And then plug them in somehow. We can. We can. It's not great, but it's not great. Let me take a quick look. I mean, I feel like they're a bit too tall. I feel like... Actually, yeah, so we can fix that. We can fix them being a bit too tall. Because we know that this is where we're going to hit, right? Which means that we can actually change this like this. Try to. Click that. Bring this down. The question is how far down, because what I'm doing here is going tangent here, and then it's one of those things we could connect, like let's say right there. I guess that makes sense. Make this parallel. And I guess we just gotta set that as 3. Nope, don't just set it as 3. What's your hang up? What part of you can move? What part of you is unconstrained? I'm not seeing it. Can't rotate, can't... Huh. Fascinating. But. It should still be fine. We're gonna have to fix that though. Let's see that. Yes. Is that it? Yeah, that is it. Okay, cool. Let's turn the body back on. Alright, cool. So now that is much lower. And the reason I wanted to do this is because in theory we should have a window in the back. And we were not going to have any windows. So. Question of. How we retain these, because again I didn't want to use hardware, so if I did take these and inset them into this wall right here, the question is how do we keep those in place, especially because again this is hinging right here. So I mean I guess the hinge doesn't really put any, I mean it just kind of carries it, right? Yeah, it may not have any extra force on it, so it may not be that big of a deal. How do we print these separately? Maybe we come back up here. Whoops. Bring him up just a little bit. It doesn't have to be on this guy. Weren't you supposed to be tangent? Am I losing thread here? Wait, what was that? What did I just move? Tangent? Oh, I see why that's still tangent. Okay, because that's tangent up here. So, point being, fusion, please. Yeah, there. Let me give myself a little bit of meat there. Alright, good. It still did that. And section analysis. Just make sure we're not goofing anything up. Doesn't look like it. Looks like everything is still solid. So the reason I moved it up a little bit, because if I do cut a piece out of here, I'm thinking about, so actually, if we made this another hinge, put the rod in there. Nah, doesn't really work though. I'm trying to think if we can peg this, so make a little bracket right here and then peg this to it. Use a square peg, so that a square or triangle, whatever, you know, any shape that is not round that would prevent it from rotating. And then peg it into place up here. That would be our option. The only problem is that we have to loft up to the peg holder. So this would have to be a bit higher. Again, trying to keep away from hardware is the biggest problem. I mean, if I just said glue it, you know, the easiest way would just be say glue it. I'm just trying to avoid anything that can't be printed. That was one of the design constraints we put on here. So you know what? Maybe. No, our problem is still that we gotta loft up to it. I'm kind of thinking now, if we have it T-shaped and then put it in and turn it, so create a slot vertical and then drop it down, pull it back. My only problem with that design is that when we got a hole in it then, although if we do that at the window, so if we put the window right here and then drop this down into it, so long as we make it tight enough, then it's not gonna pop out the window, right? So maybe that's how we do this. Let's go. Actually, I'm gonna come back before the trunk and toss this here. And this, I believe, should be inside driver's side. All right, so let's get back here. Let's toss a window in here. and project. That's interesting. So why does it give me the full square right there? I'm not selecting body. I could understand if I was selecting body, but selecting... Oh, okay. It's seeing this part too. That makes sense. That makes sense. Couldn't figure out why I was getting a square for that. Actually, you know what? If this is going to be a separate body anyway, let us... yeah, I'm going to get complaints. So let's delete that. Whoops. Finish. Delete that for a hot second. I'm going to redo this as a separate component at this point. I don't have any other constraints on this. The rod is only constrained to the... what you call it, right? Cancel. Didn't I undo that offset? I did. And both of those are on the trunk. So, oh, that is why. That is why. Okay. Because I set the trunk hinges off of that. But, cancel. Let's try just deleting this first. See how much disappears on my timeline. Nothing did. All right, good. So let's go ahead and re-extrude that as... And actually, we're going to update this sketch. And... how do I want to do this? I guess I'll just add a separate line. There we go. Finish. And now... end that. Turn the body off. From object... make that 5. New component. Okay. New component. Take a step. Update. Actually, I'll just delete that. And hop in here. Mirror that. Okay. And of course. So this is funny. You'll recall, if you have been following this channel, turn the section analysis off. If you've been following this channel, you'll recall me say that the why is it not on my timeline? That Fusion that Optimize used to be the only one you wanted to use because it would screw up. Fusion would screw up the other one, screw up Adjust if you try to use Adjust. And then out of nowhere, what is getting in my way right now? Out of nowhere, and I shouldn't say out of nowhere. It was definitely after the last. Why is everything getting in my way? Like, even the trunk is getting in my way, and that doesn't even make sense. Oh, extrude. I'm on extrude, not... darn it. Okay. The update that just happened on... or I got it on Monday. I got the update on... or Tuesday? Tuesday. I got the update on Tuesday. That's when I downloaded it. I think it might have been out last week just because I recall there being a Saturday update. But ever since then, you had to go back to Optimize. And it just hasn't been working. It's funny how that's been bouncing back and forth, how either Adjust or Optimize have been the ones has been functional. We will need supports at this point, unless we change the shape of the trunk. We could change the shape of the trunk to avoid supports. I mean, this is more time than I've wanted to spend on the trunk, let's face it, but Where is... Okay, so we did not shape the trunk. We just... Okay. In which case, we're actually going back kind of far. The shaft is only that big, so yeah, we got plenty of space to do this. So... let's see. We need this. We need to go back and back. We need to go on that. Why is this still green? The trunk was... Oh, that's the trunk there? I thought the trunk was the other one. Okay. Alright, so there's that. Grab that. I don't know why it insists on going in this direction, but you know what, whatever. We'll live with it. I will cope. Let's see. We can go part of the way up. Actually, I'm going to need... this guy right here, wherever that is. Okay. That guy, I guess. Look at... turn the other sketch off. So that is my zenith. I'm going to want... and I think it's going to be easier to use a spline. And I hit the escape button again. Use a spline line. And okay. So this should hopefully... one of those things. Make sure this is parallel to that. Okay. Okay, it's perpendicular. That's fine. So we just need to set this up with enough of an angle that the overhang is not going to be terrible. And then we can... that is our trunk, right? Yes. So actually that's fine. We can come back here. We have the trunk already, so we should make the sketch in the trunk is the problem with that, which is why I just undid everything there. There. Don't worry, it'll take just a second because we already know what we're doing. That guy. Okay. Look at. Turn that sketch off. Turn the body off. Spline line. There, and there. Whoops. Unless I do that again. Spline lines always get me, man. Perpendicular. Connect to the other guy. Make that. Set our arc, what we think the arc should be, which is probably fine right there. With minimal overhangs. And then we can extrude. Body. To there. And actually, we don't want to necessarily do that, right? We're going to keep that. Let me just do something really quick here. You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to bother. Whoops. Control Y. Finish. Let's grab the inside of car body. Because we're going to have to loft this, actually. Point being. Car body, what did I call this? Oh, shell. Makes sense. Okay, so now forward, hop into the trunk. And, whoops, don't do that. Just grab that. Project out that. And we're getting lost because of course we are. And love line. There we go. Project that, but make that a one of those guys, and we should be able to. Where's offset? There it is. Minus. Let's just go -1. No, -2. All right, there we go. Finish, and now we loft there to there. Okay. Okay, so we made a mistake over here, so let's fix that. Because I should have projected the inside of the shell. Okay. We'll delete the outside. We'll get that quinky-dinked on that instead. And same thing over here. And get this right angled on that guy. And then readjust. And actually we can set this height. That wouldn't be terrible. 25. Does that look like enough of an angle for overhangs? Actually, we should be able to tell this. So that's close to 45, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. 45 is on the edge. Obviously, it gets more extreme as we get here, but just for sake of an argument, for demonstration purposes. Oh, that's right. I can't tangent this blind line. I was going to say, we can go ahead and look at the angle as you move along there, but you actually can't. So let's fix this. That guy to that guy. Ooh, no, not that guy. This sketch, this sketch, this sketch. Okay, and that is why. So let us tangent and tangent. There we go. And now we can fix that. That guy to that guy. New body. Hey, bud. And let's take a quick look at it. Okay, so the trunk needs to, top one needs to get fixed now. Because we also need to go all the way down to the bottom there. It has been a long stream. That's going to be my excuse. Hear me whine. Finish. Luft. I don't know what you're doing right now, but whatever it is, it's wrong. There to there. New body. Look correct? I think that's correct. Okay, I think we are finally correct. Okay, so I'm going to come here, delete this guy now. Yes, I know things are going to break. That's fine. Let's come back up to the car body level so we can see everything that breaks. That is going to break, obviously, because the tool body is missing. Okay. This is the rod. That's still fine. Those are the insides. Yep. That's still fine. Yep. That guy. We know that guy was going to do that. Oh, actually, that broke because we changed this. And that should join correctly now. Cool. All right. Cool, cool, cool. And this is, looks like it's still correct, which is nice. Okay, here's the funny thing. That is not great. So I need to bring that up. I wonder why. Oh, never mind. I take it back. I got an idea why that did that. Let's drag this. Okay. So this is going to actually need to. We're going to need to reverse how we're doing this. So let's delete that. Delete that. Hit finished. And then we should be able to drag that first. All right, never mind. We're just gonna delete both of these and cry about it. Actually, I don't need to delete that guy because we can just do this one on the inside here. Need that. And this guy needs to, the other one needs to be offset in the other direction is the problem here. So, come back to here. I need that right there. Yeah, correct. Okay. Let's see. Boo, boo, boo. Turn the other sketch off. And which side is bottom? Okay, that's bottom down there. Look at, so bottom is on the left-hand side right now. And unfortunately, I can't rotate because of course not. So, did we have to set anything else up here? I do not think so. So, we just do our spline line. There, there, there. Okay. Other line. Here, here. Perpendicular. Okay. And 25. And that should still be something like 45. It's 50, which is even better. Wait, no, 50 is... No, 50 is even better. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now over here, we come in here, delete that, try to delete that. Ah, no, I'm a dirtbag. I'm upset. Crap. We didn't go into the trunk. Project. That guy. That guy. Look at, it's on my right hand side now. Sketch off. Spline. Line. Perpendicular. 25. Finish. Next. Here. Delete. Turn the other one off. Delete. Delete. Project. Okay. Turn off. That. And now this is on the outside, so this needs to be offset -1. Okay, and extended. Tangent. It's funny that you can get tangent on the end, but not in the middle. Now we luft. There we go, much better. Both of these sketches. I think everything's kosher. Okay. Come back up here so that we make sure everything is going correctly. Everything I think is going correctly. Let's get you green again. Make the trunk green again. That's fine. That is on that. That is on that. We are missing the edges though. -0.2. Okay. Step and turn the body back on. Turn the section analysis on. And investigate. And actually, we can bring this arm in now a little bit. Oh, wait a second. That ain't good. Oh, goodness. I'm not crying. Huh. Oh, it's domed the other direction. It's fat end at the top. That's why this doesn't have that problem. It's fatter at the top instead of skinnier at the top. So I was doing this to avoid the overhangs, but it's not going to work that way. Okay, so that was 20 minutes for the record, getting that swapped over. Now watch how long it takes for me to hold down the Control Z. Actually, I think we're there now. Okay, yeah. Here, 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 there, here. Okay, that's a fix. That's correct. Huh, why does that go away? Okay, just because of the timeline change. Okay. Okay. I don't think we made any changes at this point. I'm getting paranoid, that's all. Yeah, okay, there's no way we made any changes here. So this should be safe to hit this button. Oh, here. Crap. Why did that do that? That has me horrified. I thought we had that fixed. Analysis. Everything groovy? Everything groovy? You're not groovy. What's wrong with you? Okay, that little piece right there. That is what's wrong with you. And you were right here. Okay. Whew, okay. Outside back. Let's get this window in, since we can't do anything about the overhangs. Actually, this should not be on the outside back. This should be actually on center. Or at least parallel to center, at any rate. Because it wants to be straight across the car. Sorry. It's yeah. Let's project this and just center it up like that. I think that's the easiest way to do this. Come Fusion. Center it up like that. And then let's go ahead and actually maybe we, you did not center up, did you? There you go. Maybe we go collinear here. Actually, no, because I want to do it. I think I want to not just put it here, but actually make a T shape. Actually, no, these are going to be printed on their side, so I don't want to do a T shape. I could do an L shape out the one side. That's fine. So yeah, if I do an L shape out the one side, I can line this up like this. And I'm just thinking the buggies have kind of small windows, but beetles, whatever like they are, they do have kind of small windows, but they're actually just small because the entire cab's small. So I will undo that one and go like, actually, I was going to do this anyway, so let me just, no, we will start out here. I was going to make it round anyway. 7 is fine. So we got 3 wall and then 4 in from the wall is what that is. And then, yeah, we'll just do 7 for the heck of it. But point being is, I guess the window is not that round. It's actually more of a round slot, it looks like. So it's kind of round like this, right? So maybe that's what I want to do as well. Yeah, see this one right here. I was thinking it was like this small is what I was thinking. But maybe not necessarily. Maybe not necessarily. I will keep it flat here, I think. Maybe we'll just fillet it out. We may just fillet it out. That may be fine. Finish sketch. Extrude. Whoops. Actually, I want to make that a construction line because that's all it is. We can make that construction lines because that's all they are. And then distance to object. There we go. And then we'll flay this out real quick. Actually, you know what? I know I said that, but I really do want to try to avoid as much as much support material as I can. So we are going to do this, and then we'll flay out the bottoms, just the bottoms. Actually, we can see what the tops look like flayed as well. Yeah, kind of like it. Kind of like it. Okay. Let us combine this. That and, or whoops, other way around, other way around. This guy. Stop. There we go. There. And then we want to take that straight up. What's the best way of doing that? Maybe we shouldn't have done this first. Maybe I should have come in here. These guys. And gone here. Let's see. I guess on this side, I'll name this later because I do want to get this done. Project that, intersect that, that body. Okay. body off, body off, body off, body off. And then actually just do parallel to that and 1.5. Extrude out. Extrude out? Huh. Oh, I got the body turned off. Derp. Derp, 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 derp. Let's go just 3. Huh? What are you doing? I just want that. Yeah, this is how I want it. Okay, gotcha. You know what? Maybe 2 instead. It makes this kind of thin, but. That 2. Okay, there we go. Now back up to the car body. Turn the body back on, and then I want to just make a hole right here. So I'm just gonna drag these distance to object here and cut. So those fall in there. I guess I should. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but let's grab this. I didn't make a plane because this is just kind of. I want this, right? This is what I want. And then that. Didn't I click the center part here? I thought I clicked the center part here. All right, there we go. And then I want that. Do I gotta do these one at a time? From object that. Yeah, all right, this sketch should be on this component because what I was gonna do is I was gonna flatten out these guys. Distance to object that. Join. Distance to object that. Join. Will it work if I click both these at the same time? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think that was gonna work, but it did. Now, no. Which one do I shrink up? I guess I shrink the car body up for printing purposes. Minus 0.1. Yeah, I mean, it gets really thin, but what am I going to do, right? As built. That guy. Rigid. Okay. There is something weird about this. Huh. Yeah. Why did that end up so weird? I guess that's why, huh? Actually, no. That's not weird? No, that is weird. That should be extruded all the way up so that there is nothing there. Wait, no. That is what happened. Okay. This right here. When I did this guy. Let's delete that guy really quick. I only wanted actually... Huh. Huh. That's an oblique angle, isn't it? No, that should be fine. Oh, that's what happened. Turn the body off. There we go. Oh, alright, fine. Be like that. Is there a gap in there? There is a gap in there. How did I end up with a gap in there? All I did was extrude. All I'm trying to do is make that flush right there. And it's giving me all sorts of headaches. Oh wait, did I do this after? There we go. Okay. Now how does that look? Not the way I wanted it to look. Alright, I guess I'm going to trim that stuff then. Alright, doesn't look the best from the outside, I prefer to have an in-cut angle here, but this really needs to get done. So we're going to just do one last thing, which is grab that, extrude that, distance all, Flipperooski, I'll just cut, no car body, okay, there we go. And turn the sketch off, there we go. So now that is flush. I have no idea why it's saying something selected, but you know. Okay, so that is flush now. Those are connected, that is connected. Still haven't done the legs, but we are nearly on 4 hours now. And if you have watched to the end here, thank you guys. This has obviously been a bit of a rough stream with that whole entire debacle with the hinges. Very glad to actually figure something useful out. That was cool. However, this has put us behind schedule. So, at the very least, I will reprint, let's see. Do I need to reprint the axle? I'll figure out what I need to reprint. I need to print the arm. The wheels should be the exact same. The axle diameter is the same, but the length may not be accurate. The arm probably has to be reprinted because it's probably not the correct length. And then the front end needs to be reprinted as well. The back end will reprint, or not reprint, but we will print probably up to the window. Maybe like this high. And then just barely past here, just so that we can make sure that this whole entire assembly fits in and is functioning as expected. And then hopefully tomorrow we will get the head and the legs designed. Hopefully we don't have any other redesigns. We're not going to do the ball joint on the arm until we have the head and legs designed, because those are, we need to at least have that done. The ball joint on the arms is at this point gravy. So, as always, guys, and I said this just a minute ago, but thank you very much for watching. Thank you for bearing in there with me while I was a complete doofus with this hinge back here. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great and wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I'll catch you next time.